say is that sometimes you just have to accept the things that you can't change. That's why the Lord said that. It's why it's in the Bible, because there are some things that just aren't going to be, and it's all about having, positive energy and confidence. And I'm glad that the world is accepting of certain things, because back in my day, to be overweight or anything like that, it was, that wasn't allowed. You couldn't be fat. You had to be, you had to be really skinny person, and to try to attain that type of goal or perfection is just not in the cards for everyone. So, but you can improve on it.
You can improve on it. And one thing you can definitely improve on, speaking of health, going back to one reason why I focus on health for the entertainment world, which I happen to just fall into, and now I like it, and people think I'm 25, so I'm going to milk it, even though I just turned 36. Conductivity. So anyone who's an entertainer, performer watching this, yes, you can drink water, it's dehydrated, but I came up with this during a hypnosis. I was hypnotized for 4 hours, and this is one of the things that came out of it. It's kind of like when you're standing by a pool. If you're in an electric storm, you don't want to stand by a pool because you conduct energy. And if we're more hydrated, we're going to conduct better. That's just how conduction works. Yeah. So I started thinking more about the conductivity of food. And then I found all these speakers that were speaking about what came to be naturally. So I focus a lot on eating hydrated foods. So instead of, even if it's raw food and organic and all that, if it's dehydrated, I find that the energy drops. So if I'm going to put my energy here and scale it, watermelon, cucumbers, things that are super hydrating. Of course, you need more than just hydration. It keeps me flowing. So I literally feel like wherever it's coming from, whether it's here, whatever, I'm conducting that through my being when I'm super hydrated, with the hydrated foods that are naturally. So like chips and popcorn, I find those things will drag you down. So if you're watching, I use it to go to sleep. Dehydrated food or cooked food, it brings me right down so I can pass out.
Right. And it's great. And I'm very excited about that because I know a little bit about it. And I would love to teach, people about that. Even with water, water has a personality. Water takes, I forget, there's a book that my friend Kate Ganshi, she wrote the book Superhuman. And she talked, there's something about water, something I forget the name of the book, so my memory is like shot. But he actually talks about water and how if you talk to it, and if you, the way you treat it and the way it's responding is we have to think of it in the way of what we take inside our bodies, the type of water we take in, how we internally think and talk to ourselves is being picked up by that water. And water is what nourishes every cell in your body. So if you're constantly negative person, you're going to be negative energy. And that's going to cause cancer. It's going to cause disease. It's going to cause infection. It's going to cause a lot of things.
Yeah,
so
they say that.
Need to be a little bit more careful with that, about, and I'm hoping that through this whole pandemic, people have spent time and they've really, when you're alone with your thoughts and you basically have nothing else better to do, so to be able to clear your mind and start to focus on more positive things, the world would be a much more powerful place. We wouldn't have to worry so much about
clear your mind, because clear your mind's kind of hard. Maybe you can focus on something that is good. Like if I need to fall back asleep, I'll think of my dog, because my dog is so cute and cuddly. Yeah. So I'll be like, what am I thinking of all these people I got to text? That's not going to help you fall back asleep, Jen.
No, it's just going to make you struggle.
And back to the water, what sold me on this a long time ago is that there was experiments with plants, and there were plants that were fed regular water and microwave water. And the plants that were fed the microwave water didn't do so well. And then there's studies with rice, that the rice was rotting faster and getting moldy faster if it had hate speech at it and horrible words, and if it had good positive words, it didn't seem to get moldy and black. So there's a ton of experiments out there that have been done, and after we're seeing enough of them, 20, I was sold. So I said, okay.
Yeah, you're sold. Yeah, like I even food. I mean, I would love to be a vegetarian and vegan, because I feel like most of the, that's why I say, like, if you're trying to get healthy, you eat organic food, because those animals weren't treated cruelly. If you're taking on the meat of an animal that was, mistreated and slaughtered in a horrible way, you're absorbing that energy within your body. It's not just about you are what you eat, whatever calories, all this stuff. It's not about that. You're absorbing the energy of it. Same thing with plants. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everything has a life force. Everything, everything. I won't even kill a spider because I know that the poor thing has a life force. It's just like,
Yeah, I tried that. I actually tried to do one of those experiments with plants last year on my table. I had all these plants, the entire dining room table filled with plants.
yeah,
Transferring them was a bit of a problem, but I was doing experiments for like 2 or 3 days on saying bad things to some of the plants and then saying good things. And I felt so bad saying bad things. I had to stop. I couldn't do it.
I definitely, plants are my favorite, and I just love them. John
Feels like
Battle says, I find female vampires in movies quite attractive. You would.
who is this? Who says this?
John Battle, he's a comic.
Oh, maybe I'd like to battle you, huh? What
Uh-huh.
are you made of, John Battle? Come at me, bro.
He eats lots of good food, so he would definitely be healthy for you to eat. And
Okay.
Nancy Keens, she says I gotta run.
Yes,
Love the
run.
thank you, Nancy Weems, even though you left.
I hope that you don't have the runs anymore, Nancy.
So funny.
Not fun to have the runs. You'll lose a lot of friends that way. Not
You are
sexy.
really interesting. You are a very interesting person, and I cannot wait to work with you. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, you make a lot of sense. And that's one of the things. That's like a birthday present because it was just my birthday and people wish me happy birthday. And the automatic response from like 80% is, we got to go to dinner. We got to celebrate. And it's like, you know how we could celebrate? By being like you and making sense and working on something really awesome with me. How about that? Can everyone just make sense?
Right. We don't always have to like go run out and sit at the table and waste time. And, like I have stuff to do. People don't realize like I'm a very busy person. And like, we have to be careful of the energy absorbers that are out there where it's like, dude, like, back off, let me do my writing, let me create. I mean, being in isolation was probably the best thing, but like I was so in my emotions when it happened that I just wasn't concentrating on what I needed to do. But I have my time and I'm doing everything, and I'm actually happy to be going back to work tomorrow because listen, I need to get myself back on some sort of a schedule. Otherwise it's just gonna everything just falls to the wayside. But you definitely motivated me to write more because